Well, hello there, crafty friends. Suzanne here in the studio today. I want to welcome you all back, especially it looks like I've got quite a few new subscribers. Looks like you really enjoyed that Stamping Up Retired Stamp Sets video, and I promise you the next one is already in the works, but it is not quite finished yet. I need to do quite a bit more so I can show you lots of stamp sets and lots of cards. So today's video is going to be a studio wrap-up, and it's kind of got a little of this and a little of that because that's just how crafting went in July. First, I want to talk about the Scrapbook and Cards Today sampler. While I subscribed to the scrapbooking kit, the quarterly scrapbooking kit, there was a chance to just order this sampler for June. And I'm glad I did. It had two different paper lines, American Crafts Adventures by Paige Evans and Echo Parks Telling Our Story. So they actually had 4 different videos, but it was early in the month when I was playing with this, so I didn't wait for the last 2 videos. So I used up almost all the paper in my kit, but I did not use some of the fun things they gave us. Here's kind of what I have left. See, there's not much. I've got some die cuts and some stickers, and I did not play around with the stamp set or the stencil, but I actually have plans for the stamp set in another scrapbooking video I'm planning to do. So let's see what I did. First of all, I did here's a double page layout, and then this is using the Echo Park line, and I just was enchanted by these typewriters, so I wanted to use these. We just get 6x6 pieces of 12x12 paper, so I cut these 2 down to 4x6 and use them in line with my photo. So here I will have 2 photos and a journaling box, and then over here I will have a smaller square photo and then another vertical 4x6, and I just think that turned out cute. These postage stamp cut shapes were done with one of the dies, and I based this loosely on a single layout that Natalie D'Souza did. She was a little more stringent about getting these lined up vertical and horizontal, and I just freelanced it a little bit more, freehanded it, I guess you would say. But I liked how it turned out. It's a very colorful page, and I love the colors, because you don't know which of the embellishments you're going to get because they're splitting up packs. I was lucky enough, I got my title, Here and Now, and then I got this ticket looking thing also that said Lovely Day. So those are both in the same script. And then over here I have This Life is Such a Wonderful Gift, and this was a frame with a little pop out, and I popped that up in the middle. So there was that. Then I went to making cards, and I actually used Call Me Crafty Al's June sketch and supply list. This is the sketch I used, and so I was able to use most of the, I guess it would have been the Paige Evans line on that. And I kind of did my own thing a little bit. Here we have another one of the dies that they had that said Hello There, and I think it just worked out perfectly coming across here. The sketch just called for a horizontal item right here, but this says Hello There, and I like, because it lined up perfectly, I was able to get all the there showing through the pattern paper. This one here is even a little easier to see. And I added those flags from the Paige Evans line. So super cute. Super, super cute. As you can tell, that dark blue with the little bitty flowers on it was my favorite. So here's another one. And another one. I just use cardstock for my sentiments for the die cutting. There's that one. And then this one here, I actually had to add in this scrap of paper to kind of finish it off. So I think these turned out really cute. And then Natalie also showed us, no, I think it was Gina Kay when she was playing with cards. She showed us something for using up scrap. So it was this card that I used. This was actually a tag off of one of the 6x6 pattern papers, and I originally cut out the tag shape, but then it wasn't going to work as well on my layout as I thought. So I just punched it down to a circle shape and added it to my card with a few little extras. So there. I will check back to see what they did in the other two videos, even though I've already kind of used up the kit, because I can always use those ideas with another paper line. Okay, next up, here are a couple of layouts from Scrap Fest. This is Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Winter Woods. So we're not doing Christmas in July, but we are doing winter. My sister and I, this is one of the last things we worked on at Scrap Fest. I had purchased some extra papers when they went on sale, and so I had some duplicates, so I shared those with her, and we were able to get a couple of the same layouts out of the papers. So here's the first one. For inspiration, we went to the YouTube channel of the Doodlebug, which is my not-so-local scrapbooking store, and they were advertising a class that obviously I had missed at this point. But I was able to get the basic background, and then we had to embellish in our own way. We didn't have the same supplies that they had. But it is nice to have a starting place. Let me show you some of the details here. We've got lots of these punch snowflakes. This is an old Stampin' Up! Punch. And then we've got our title right across the bottom center, Wintry Wonder. And then over here, more sprinkling, including some buttons. So I think this turned out so lovely and serene for a winter page. We followed that up with this one here. It's pretty. I'm really liking I had a pack of these 4 of these large chipboard items, and I used a couple of them. Those were just really well done. And I like the chipboard and the die cuts where they had done this. Let me give you a close-up of this. This like burlap look of the heart. So those turned out really sweet. And then I added in some actual metal snowflakes in addition to the foam stickers they had in the embellishment pack. And a few little buttons too. So I think this turned out really, really pretty. All right, next up, when I was on YouTube, I saw another gal who had started a layout, and I didn't have the same papers as her, but I did have this paper, and she showed how she cut around it and added dimension. So I tucked some additional die cuts under it and added things on top. So it's a really pretty entry into your layout. And then on this page, we have some repetition with variation, which is a concept I learned back at Get It Scrapped in the day. So we've got the snow card, which was this was the actual die cut, and this chill was cut from a piece of the pattern paper. So very fun. Lots of nice little detail. I love the mint and the mauve together. Just really turned out pretty. Okay, at that point, I needed to come up with some of my own ideas. Oh, gasp. I did okay. This one's really pretty. It's very basic. 6, 2, and 4 as far as the pattern papers go, I believe. And we've got fewer photos on this one, just 5 on this one, but we've got this repetition of these birds again. We've actually got them 4 times, 1 on each page. So you could actually use these 2 pages separately. Let me show you close-ups. Here we've got a little bit simpler on the additions because I didn't want to detract too much away from the beautiful illustration on the paper. We didn't want to cover the birds up after they'd gone to all the trouble of making those illustrations so pretty. So there's the 4th double, and then one more. Here again, this one features that gorgeous large chipboard. And then some cut apart cards, including this one over here that we went on to embellish. I went on to embellish. This was really fun. Buttons and foam stickers. And then over here we've got lots of these beautiful hearts repeating on this page too. Okay, that will do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing both the S&CT sampler and my simple stories. As always, I appreciate your time and attention. I hope to see you back here soon. Bye for a bit.